Hello, hello to everybody that is currently watching. I am on my own right now. I am Rick's on the server and Nightcap YT, depending on what you want to call him. But I'm all alone in this session. Rick's busy with AFKing, so that's why he's on. A couple changes have been made to the server. We are in week 7 as we speak. I'm doing week 6, 7 at the same time. I know it's funny, haha, but I'm doing them at the same time. As in one episode, simply because of the fact that, well, we have Christmas and New Year's Eve. It's currently the 29th of December, so I'm right in the middle of those things. But I'm not at home. I wasn't at home during Christmas, and I'm not at home during, well, New Year's Eve either. So that's gonna be fun. In the first recording session, or the first part of this video, depending on if you're watching the recording session first or the entire episode itself, you have seen the boys go over here, go to the jungle, because the border has expanded. There was a new quest, and we are going there as well to experience it ourselves. I practically made the quest. Tony just put it into practice. But, you know, give him the benefit of the doubt. He's my moderator here. He's the administrator. He does everything that I don't want to do, that I'm too lazy for. I will go over what I'm doing up here in a minute, but let's do the quest first, because there's only one thing at a time that I can do. I also don't really have a lot of footage for week 6, 7 yet, which is presumably going to be a problem. I don't know, depends on how long the video will be eventually, but I do have the Rev room now, thankfully. Oh. What? Oh no, Reva Daddy, what are you doing? Okay. If you're wondering why my name is Xizzy is Chef KOTR, whatever the fuck that means, my email got hacked. It's not necessarily my Minecraft account, it's everything. Literally everything got hacked. That was on my burner email. You know, you used to have a like a main email and a burner email, and on the burner email, the only thing. Hold on, I'm actually itching a little bit. You know what you do with the burner email. I don't really have to tell you what you do with a burner email, but supposedly my burner got hacked. I had to make a new one, and now I'm here with a new name because my Minecraft also got hacked, and I can only undo that a month after. So I'm still 15 days out, I think, or maybe 20. I'm not entirely sure how long it was ago. I think it was a week or two ago. We are also going past Dominic's mansion right now. We haven't really started with anything in the city yet because of the whole beacon situation. I'll go over it as much as I can in a minute, but let's do the quest first. So this quest starts with you going to the jungle. You will find what was she called again? Like Bamboo, Boober, what something like that. It was Bamboo and Berry, Burben, Bember, something like that. And we should have called her Berry Boo or something instead. But yeah, you go to her. She says, "Hey, there's something you can do here with new berries and such. Let's just do it, and let's see what it's about." The reason why we do this quest like this is because of the fact that Burberry is she called Burberry? Bamberry. Burberry. I like that name more, but the reason why we did this quest the way we did it is simply because of the fact that Rick didn't know crossbreeding. And I think he was the only one who didn't know how crossbreeding works, so now everybody's up to speed with crossbreeding as well. Every once in a while I want to do a quest that's solely Cobblemon, and where we also focus on one of the more in-depth aspects of Cobblemon, not just say, oh, berries are in the game. No, what do they mean? What do they do? And how do you acquire berries, and how do you acquire new berries? Like the in-depth mechanic would be crossbreeding. And I don't know how they did like the mixing of the berries overall, like how they did it, as in Let's say you berry 1, berry 2, you get berry 3. Which berries they chose and specifically why they chose those 2 berries for getting a crossbreeding. But that's way too far up my ass for... Okay, whatever. Let's talk to Bamberry. Oh, hey, I heard there was a trader a little further up the river giving out berry pouches for a few berries. Why don't you go look around the riverbed? Yeah, and then you accept the quest. You're not necessarily accepting a quest because you don't really get anything from her. And then you see all the berries here. Don't really have to showcase this another time, I think. So all the berries are here. There's I don't know why this glass bottle is floating here. But you go here and you're like, okay, cool. You know, got some new berries, got some old berries. And at the very end, I hope that I don't have any bone meal with me now, do I? I don't think so. Oopsie poopsie. Hey, Tuxcrow. I'll go over you in a minute. Because that's what happened, kind of what happened wrong with this quest. That's Tony's fault, but I'll go over that in a minute. So here you have a couple of the berries. So we have the corn berries, and then you also have the... Gimme. Those can't be harvested yet. None of these can be harvested. But eventually, once you've acquired the crossbred berries that you need, you can talk to the berry merchant. And she's like, is this a he, she, whatever? I have been waiting for someone to come along for ages. I'm looking for a few specific berries. You think you would be interested in trading one specific berry for one of my berries? And then you trade, and then she gives you one of the berry pouches. For a Tuga, Hopo, Pemtray, and Iapapa. So we have access to about 25. Now we have access to 30 to 35 berries, but we had access to around 25 berries. And these 4 berries that she is willing to trade for are berries that you can actually get with crossbreeding the berries that we currently have. And some of the crossbreeds are standing here as well. You can't really see them though, and this is kind of spiteful because I see that these are berries that I can catch. Oh, wait, catch what? Gimme. So yeah. What exactly went wrong here? Because not exactly anything went wrong here. Tony is the one that made, like I said, he's the one who actually makes these quests into the reality. I just have the ideas and he puts them together. But there's a guy here. This is the berry master. The berry master. This is a Kelpsie. This is an Oran. Cool. Okay. What this guy does is he gives you hints. So he says, to get the Tuga berry you need, well, the Faggy and the Risberry, I guess. And the reason why he's called the Berry Master is because to get the Iapapa berry, you need the Spermism and the Apple Pear. Because he doesn't know the real names. He keeps mixing them up with whatever, you know? So this dude was supposed to give them the clues on, okay, you need the Faggy and the Risberry, which means you want to crossbreed the berries on the end of the river. Well, let's see. The Spermism would be the... Fuck me, I don't know. This is the wrong one. Okay, let me do that again. This would be the Asperberry, and the Spermism would be the Persimberry, I think. Yeah, it would be the Persimberry, because Persim, yeah, it's in there. Is that the only thing? Brother, gimme the Pemtreberry. You need the this is a Horny and the Passion. Yeah, so this would be the Pasho berry for the Passion, and the Horny berry would be another one. But the problem is that if you just type in GUI, and everybody has this in the server, if you type in the Hopo berry, you get the berry mutation, you get the Lum and the Lepa. So if you were to want one of the berries, you don't necessarily have to do this guy. You know, don't necessarily have to talk to him. So he was useless. He was rendered useless in the very end. But that was due to Tony. Tony made this quest, and then he eventually just looked up, okay, how do I make a Hopo berry? And then it was like, oh, you do it by like so. What's the point, Tony? You know, what's the point of having this dude here giving you tips if you are just gonna look it up? It was funny. I don't really care that it happened, but it happened anyway. So this dude was rendered useless in the very end, and all the berries that we have are on the shorelines here, and you were supposed to bone meal them and then mix them together. You know, it's much like they are here, which is cool. It was a cool quest. It was supposed to teach them about crossbreeding, and now everybody knows how crossbreeding works. In a sense, they don't all really know how it works properly, I guess, but they do know that it exists, how to look it up. But they don't really know what the berries do. So I'm planning on doing another quest for that later on as well. But there was the quest. I just wanted to explain the quest for a minute there because I like this quest. It's just that it wasn't really anything worthwhile. It was just a side quest, not a main quest. Because the main quest, as you've seen in week 3 or week 4 when we went to the Nether, there's something in the overworld now that killed the rocket grunts that have been causing havoc around town. And I'm not going to tell you what that is just yet, because I don't want to. But there are things happening. You might have seen Officer Jenny walk around town, teleporting and stuff. She was part of the quest last week. We thought it was funny, but it would also do a little bit more than just being funny, because as you might know, something is let loose in the overworld now since the Nether quest. But what is it? We don't know. I actually do know what it is, but I'm not gonna tell you or what he or she is or it, whatever. So on my way back, there is a structure here. These type of structures are subtle, and I think I already nailed this one. I think I did, yeah, or somebody else nailed it. I don't really care too much. Okay, so I'm on my way back home, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the city, because we are now in like episode 5 or something. This wasn't necessarily meant to be a survival series, like the usual survival series. I mean, it's still in survival, we're still in hard mode, but the focus is mainly on getting everything we need in survival and not necessarily anything else. The only thing we need is getting the resources and stuff in survival, and then we would make a city. It's you know how it works. And as you can see, that is the tower. That is the going to be the future of the tower. This will not necessarily be the color palette either. And if you want to know how many times I say necessarily, don't necessarily count it, because honestly, if you want to take a shot every time I say necessarily, you're not necessarily going to be not drunk afterwards. Not necessarily anyway. Okay, I think I've got that out of my system now. So, I've had a bit of issues with this tower, because as you can see, it's quite humongous. And when I say quite, I really mean fucking quite. You mad at me or something? Or? Guess not. Okay. So, this is going to be the center of the city. Dude. Swear to God, fuck off. I just feel her, actually, sorry. I feel her watching me. And the funniest thing is, I wanted this to be a group project, but the problem with group projects like this is, I wanted them to make a pillar each. There's 5 of them now, and there's only 4 pillars, but never mind. I did this pillar, I think, either one of the pillars, and I wanted them to copy the pillar. And then Tony did a few pillars, and Dominic did a pillar, I think. So it kind of looks better now. But the funny part about this is that they don't want to do this pillar. This is my base. This will be my base. And I have seen how irritating it is to do this pillar, to just make one pillar even. And I can understand that they don't want to join this whatsoever, because this is the most fucking annoying tower that I've ever made. But it is fun, though. It is really fun to see how everything will work out. And as you can see, it's quite big. And it ends all the way up there. It's like 150 blocks high. I'm not showing the color palette yet. That is why those 2 things are standing there, because I was looking for what blocks are mixing and matching. And I'm probably going to go with either light gray concrete or dark gray concrete. Unsure about that yet. I think I'm going to keep the iron blocks in as well, because those are just funny to look at. But the main problem for me right now is it's not the pillars. Not necessarily pillars. I can do the pillars. They just take some time. They took, I think it was like an entire afternoon in creative already, because I had to do everything from scratch. Now I have a test server where I can do this all, but still. How do you go upward from here? I did this with water buckets. I don't know if you see that in any other recording session, but this was there in our prior recording session somewhere with a water bucket going down everywhere. I got rid of those because, well, I messed up the tower. Because I messed up that layer. That layer was missing. Now that layer is in there, and the tower is even bigger than it used to be. And I need scaffolding. And I thought that people would have bamboo here. Or is it on the other side? No. People would have bamboo here somewhere, right? Yeah, they're here. Okay, so I'm just gonna put down a few bamboo stuffies. And just let it grow, I guess. Because I do need scaffolding. This is the first time I'm gonna make scaffolding. It's also the first time that I'm going as high up as I am right now. But I'm just gonna keep these here. And this is a fun project. This will be the biggest I've ever done it. And by the looks of it, Tony already started on a tower. So let me check that out really quick. We are kind of working on this mainly, on this part. Because as you can see, this has been shoveled down to pieces. And this is already being filled in as well. And this part is a part where we're working on as well. But what we are doing is trying to at least clear an area out so we can start with this, as you can see. And this looks nice already, because you kind of want a French building. You know, we were trying to build in French, and yeah, I've never built in French before. Hi, guys. Now, another problem we're facing is with kind of doing everything in between each other. You know, we're focusing on that tower, we're focusing on this now. We're also focusing on the moats or the canals, and those will go all the way, well, pretty much until somewhere around here or something. And the everything in between here has to be gotten rid of as well, and then everything here. But we are focusing on this side mainly, on the southeastern quadrant, as we like to call it. These will all be certain type of districts. I don't know if there'll be like a industrial district and a residential district, but I don't know. A city does need like an industrial district, but the plan is for most of these buildings to have a function as well. So what we want to do is we want to make these buildings around farms that we already made. So this is the moss farm that I made. So I think it was either last week or 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, this is not an automatic farm. It's a semi-automatic farm. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm going to show you why it's a semi-automatic farm. It's still producing bone meal, but it's stuck because you can't hear it anymore. Let me turn it off really quick. And this is why. Cobblestone forms every once in a while because I don't fucking know why. And cobblestone is unwilling to be squashed. So I have to get rid of this every once in a while. And then this happens. I need a... I fucking need a silk touch. Can you fuck off already? I did have a regular stone in here somewhere. At least I hope. Did somebody take the stone? If that's the case, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Oh. Well, looks like somebody already made scaffolding. Guess I'm next. Wyatt, John, how you doing? Just need some stone. Just need some stone. Cobblestone doesn't get squashed. Well, cobblestone can get squashed. Where is the regular stone? The problem with cobblestone is that you can't turn it into moss. This happens every once in a while. It doesn't really happen too often, but it happens often enough. Which is a fairly big problem. There's a stack over here. I'm just gonna grab a few more if we have them somewhere. I'm assuming somebody's stealing all of the regular stone. That is the problem when you don't have any chest plugin set up, so nobody can get in. We do actually have it set up, I think, but nobody knows about it. Not even me. No, I don't know how it works, but I do think that it's there. I'm gonna grab this real quick. Let's see any regular stone though. Regular stone will do. A stack of regular stone. I'm gonna check for the rest later. But by the looks of it, Tony is already busy with making the very first one of the 600 buildings that we need. This is fun though. I mean, usually we the hype's kind of over after 2 weeks. You know, the second week or the 2 weeks Minecraft hype. Isn't the case. That hasn't been the case with us since a couple of years now, since we started playing differently. And with playing differently, I mean, I'm a dictator. And I'm not kidding when I say that. What I try to do most of the time is I try to be a dictator as much as I can. And I'm not doing that for the funsies, also for the funsies, kind of. But I'm mostly just doing that because... well, sometimes you need it. You know, what people usually do in Minecraft servers that I own or in Minecraft seasons that I play in is they tend to just want to go exploring around the entire fucking world straight away. And what happens is eventually everybody has done everything they want and they just start quitting again. What I'm doing here is I am allowing them to go further every week or every 2 weeks, depending on if there's something we need. You know, if there's something we need in another biome that's coming up, then I would gladly open the next biome, like the jungle, for scaffolding. Or when it's just time to do the next quest or something, you know? If there's enough that we can add to the new biome, then we will. If there's need for a new biome, then we also will. But usually every week or every 2 weeks. Mostly it has been every week. This time it has been every 2 weeks because the jungle just opened. And it's barely been a while. Hopefully this works again. That's working. What about now? This is how I... This is kind of annoying. Okay, let's see if it works now. It's pushing, yeah. Keep pushing. It's not pushing anything. But why isn't it? These are supposed to be open. These are fine as well. And what's happening here? I don't see anything happening here either. What if I were to get rid of all of this? Make this stone, make this stone, make that stone. What if I do it like so? Will this work? I'm praying it to God it does. This is weird. Somebody did something to this by the looks of it. Because that lava, the way it is right now, doesn't work. Carpet and seats. I remember Tony working on this. Did he fuck it up? Because this lava is supposed to be flowing. Why isn't it flowing? Tony, what the fuck did you do? Oh, for fuck's sake. This is textbook stay the fuck off my farms. This is like the reason why I make these farms for myself, because when somebody else touches them, he touched them and now it doesn't work anymore. This is classic. Somebody touched it, and I think it's Tony, because Tony is probably making this as well. I don't see anybody else doing this, although it could be it could be Dominic as well. But oh man, now I have to look it up, don't I? Let me look it up really quick. Moss Farm MicroJava 1.21.
Hey guys, Sip here, and today I'm going to tell you.
I've been using this farm for ages now. But let me see, how did it work again? He used... Okay. Okay.
So, then we're going to, on the other side, middle, and 3 other.
Yeah, I don't know about the fences. Yeah.
Solid blocks, like so. Now it's time to work on the stone generator. So you're going to place 2 blocks here, along here, leaving a gap in the middle. I just realized I have 7 pistons instead of 6, so sorry about that. Anyways, then you're going to place a block here in between the pistons here, and place blocks around it.
I need cobblestone. Here's the cobblestone. That should hopefully fix that. Oh my fucking god, what happened here? I'm surprised that moss can be touched by lava or it doesn't burn with lava. Let me see, how does he do it again? Somebody touched this. And I hate this person for it. I really do. Right now, I really fucking do.
Down here and here.
Okay, so you got this. Lava should be up here. Water should be down there. There should be a block here. You can die for all I can, okay. Okay, hopefully this fixes it. Something's really wrong now. Oh shit. It's just stuck now. Somebody did something to either this redstone or whatever, and now it's fucking stuck. This is what it's supposed to do. Push the last one over there as well, if you will. Almost there. This is what it's supposed to do. Let's see if it keeps... if it works now. Hopefully it does. Just staring at this for a minute, because you never know. Usually when I stop staring, it starts breaking again. By the looks of it, everything works fine. And the reason why I like this farm so much is because it's a 2-in-1 farm. It does both moss as well as the bone meal. What I mean by that is, when I go down here and I flick this lever, if I flick this lever, this hopper goes on, and then it turns... everything that pops into here goes into this chest. Just realized how close I am to the edge. And when I turn it off like I'm doing right now, this hopper will close itself, and then everything will go into these two hoppers, which are composters. And then this will start filling up more. If you turn it on, then both the moss and the bone meal will work together. But you'll get less bone meal, so it doesn't really work as efficiently. It's good for the regular moss, though. But for the... if you turn this off, the bone meal will become much more efficient. So that's what I like about this. The only thing you have to do is just... one single fucking... swoop on a lever. That's it. That's all you gotta do. I like that. Now, how do you make scaffolding exactly? Interesting. I've never seen this recipe before. Do I have string? That's not here. Okay, we'll leave this be, because by the looks of it, this works again. I will be having a small conversation with whoever decided to fuck that up, though. Let me look for some string really quick. Hopefully there is some in here. I do remember putting multiple string somewhere in a chest, but yeah, I don't have one chest monster. I have 20 of them around the base. As I stated before, this will be my base, and that's why I'm focusing on it mainly. But yeah, there's a slight problem with this base. And that it's not done yet. So my main focus for the rest of this week will be this tower. Don't know if that's gonna work or not. Reverfroom, I need you to get out. You're fucking kidding me, alright? You're telling me I got no string? Can you make string from this? No, you can only do it the other way around. I do need a berry pouch, by the way. I just do want to show you guys the berry pouch really quick. The berry push. This one. It requires a berry, 1 string, and 3 wool. I only have 2 wool. Maybe any wool will work, hopefully. Maybe. Doesn't show any other wool, though. Might as well try. It's always worth trying. No. No. Oh, this chest monster, there ain't nothing in there. No. 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 The fuck is this? Merry Christmas. Thanks, homies. This is Dominic. This is definitely Dominic. Netherite upgrades. Thank you, Dominic. That's 1 string. That's all I need. But I need more as well. That's 2 string. No strings attached. Sure. We have there's so much things happening in this fucking server. I can't wrap my finger around everything that's happening either at times. Like there's so much stuff happening from time to time. There's way too many chests everywhere. Everybody's doing so much things. Don't see anything in there either. That's nothing. That's nothing. It's starting to rain. That's great. No. Hello, Reverfroom. What's in this? Nothing. In here. In here. There's so much dirt. We are getting rid of so much dirt you don't even want to know. Anything in there? Because there's another couple chests here. Oh, I found the regular stone. But where is some string? I'm gonna see at Rick space really quick. We zoom in. Yeah, so Rick has been busy as well. Like, quite busy. He goes on, like, every so often. For a couple hours. But he focuses on this mainly. It looks nice. This is something that me and him have done before. Like an underground cavern, make it our own. Be little moles. Seems like he's busy there. I'm looking for string though. I'm going past his storage. This is great. I am looking for, that's miscellaneous, books, redstone, stones, dirt, woods. I need mob drops or something. And there we are. There's string here. Oh wait, he did say I could use his bamboo farm as well. He made a new bamboo farm, which he showcased to me earlier. Meep, 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 meep. Hopefully this works well now. Ah, this works fairly well. I'm assuming you know how this works. Basically the same as sugarcane. If one of the observers finds out that the what do you call it? The fuck me, the bamboo. The bamboo is as high as the observer itself is, then it'll trigger and it'll just get rid of everything. I'm assuming he put a crafter in here because there's a block of bamboo here. Can you also redo that? Like, can you... You can get bamboo planks from that. Okay. I don't really like that, though, because all I need is this. I'm just gonna grab a few. And I'm gonna make a few scaffolding. This is my first time making scaffolding, by the way. I don't really do this too often. If at all. Greeneries, food, and nether valuables decoration. Would he put wool in here? He did, which is good for me. Which means that if I have a berry, yes, I do have a berry. If I were to do it like so, and like so, I can now make a berry patch? No, I don't know you make a berry patch. Okay. I don't know how this works, so we're gonna do this together. Berry Pouch is a add-on, by the way. It's not a plugin mod, whatever you want to call it. It's not in the base Cobblemon mod yet, but I do like this. It took like 4 dependencies to work, though. But let's see how this works, shall we? Once I am back at the base, because I want to see it there, not here. Okay. I'm just gonna throw you out right now. Cyclozyme and Rev are 2 of the best rideables, by the way, ever since 1.7 came around. If you want to know, and if you don't, then, well, fuck you too. Anyway. That didn't really work out quite as I planned. Okay, so I have 20 string here. 21 string, actually. What if we just do it like this? How much scaffolding do we get from this? We get 2 stacks. This will work for now. I'll put the rest of the bamboo in here. And I'll do it like so. Put stone in here. There you go. Where do I place the cobblestone exactly? I don't really have a place for cobblestone, do I? Just place them in there, goddammit. Place the signs in there and place the berries in there as well. Get rid of these. Get rid of the glass bottle. There we go. Now we have the scaffolding. Don't need the brown wool either. I'll keep the rest. Do need a few more chests outside here, though. There we go. Just in case. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of space here anymore. Does this still work? Oh, wait. This is already... Oh, for fuck's sake. How do you do this? Just give me a diamond pick at this point. Yeah, it still works. Okay, I thought that the PC would be blocking the enchantment. But it doesn't. Okay, so we do have the berry pouch now. It goes in here. Yeah. I don't know what this all does, though. Hide accessory. I remember them saying something about a keybind for... I will not do that. What do you do for this one, though? No, has already been bound. Okay, so... Yeah, what this does is it gives you access to pretty much every berry that is in here. Or in most of the... this is like 9, these are 33 berries. And what you can do is... Oh, that's a pouch. What do you think it does? Hopefully this works. You can place them in here up until like 64 of them. So you can collect these if you wanna. And I'm gonna make the bigger pouch straight away. Give me that. Scrap table. There it is. Because I think it was supposed to be like this. You would get the big berry pouch and then place it up there. I don't know where it lands on my... I do also have another skin. I can... I realize I can take... or put the skin back, but I kind of don't want it. So... now if I open it, you have... Jesus. These are 9, 18, 27, 33... 30, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So these are 39. And these are 27. 33. There should be 72 berries or something. Unless there's multiple. But this is also like a collector screen of what berries do I still miss. And how do you get them? You never know. I'm actually going to put all the berries in. What happens if I die, though? Don't think it's a good idea to put all the berries in here. I'll just keep them in. I'll just keep these. I think I'll put one from every single one that I have, but I don't really have too many. But we'll do that later. At least we now know how the berry patch works. You open it, you put it in. This is as an extra inventory for whatever's being thrown at you at the time. Because what happens, the berries take up, especially if you're exploring a ton, then the berries take up a lot of your space, and inventory space has been a problem ever since we started this server, at least for some people. We wanted to fix that by kind of, well, at least giving them something to work with. Some more room. We also gave them shoki boxes. Oh yeah, there was a fun thing to talk about as well. We wanted to give people shulker boxes, but we don't have access to the end yet. So we're not planning on going to the end for a couple of weeks still. That's not the plan, at least. And the funny thing about this is, we were planning to give you these shokis. As you see right here, I have 4 of them. Others have 3. I'm sorry. I guess I totally am. But the funny thing about this is, we had Curse of Vanishing on these. But the moment you put them down and you pick them back up, the Curse of Vanishing vanishes. Which is kind of very ironic at the same time, but also, like, why? Like, why does it do that? I still don't understand why it happens. It's probably because Curse of Vanishing is only supposed to be put on armors, and when it disappears, it just fucking disappears. My brain was like, if you put a shoki down and a creeper explodes it still vanished. But if the enchantment works, it doesn't work if you place it down, then it doesn't really have any. Doesn't make sense now, does it? So that was kind of funny. We thought, like, okay, they want something, but we don't want to make it too overpowered, so we put Curse of Vanishing on it. As soon as they put it down, the Curse of Vanishing just vanishes. That's funny. It was funny at the time, but right now, you know, it's kind of overpowered to have these. But with the stuff that we are doing, it's not that bad. At least that's what I would say. And I don't want to say it's bad at all, because everybody's enjoying it. We had a moment. Can I still see that? A moment in the Cobblemon chat itself where people were fucking annoyed by one another, because last week we had a big problem. Let me see if I can still find the graph that I'm referring to here. So there was a problem. Last quest didn't really work out, and Tony was like, oh, this shit is on me. And eventually what happened was, well, this. Let me see if I can... How do you do that? Let me get rid of the game capture really quick, and let me put on the display capture. So this is actually how it works. We start here, right? So we have the severity of depression, severity of mania, like how hyped are you? And this is the hype scale. We have major depression and very hyped. And this is the bros were so back, it's so over. If you know any election memers, then you probably have seen this graph. And over time, you would have these type of things. What happens right now is we were probably here. Because like I said, what happened? Dominic, Rick, and Josh were doing a quest. Tony made the quest, and I just surveyed from a distance, because it was during a day where I was, I think it was the 20th or something. It was like 10 days ago, a week or 2 ago, where we made a new quest in the Dark Oak Forest. Funny. Everything was really funny. It was a really well-made quest, if I do say so myself. I wasn't there, but I looked at the quest with Tony, as you might have seen in the prior video, and it was very funny. So kudos to Tony for making it. But it was the Shoki quest. So what happened was, you were supposed to be given a paper, and the paper wouldn't work. Or the paper did work, but regular paper also worked for doing the trade that you were supposed to do to get a Shoki box with Curse of Vanishing. So they did the trade. They got free papers first of all, so they could each get 3 boxes, which is already highly fucking annoying. But what happened afterwards was Dominic decided, because it's Dominic, he's an idiot, a moron. He goes home or he goes somewhere, grabs sugarcane, turns it into paper. To see if it works, to see if the Shoki also works like that. Usually trades lock, this trade didn't lock, for whatever the reason is. Dominic went back, and Tony saw it. Tony was like, because Tony saw this eventually. He saw an inventory full of, well, this. And he said, really, Dom? He clicked the kill button. He's server operator. He can just click the kill button. Done. Dominic was fucking done. And we were so back. And then it went here into a major depression, like it's so over. I even told Tony, you probably didn't only kill Dominic with that, you probably killed the entire hype for the server for Dominic. Now we're here. We're so back. We're now in this, and it's probably gonna go into this very soon for some people, into the mixed state. So this actually, yeah. We were here, we're so back, we were all like, oh, this is going great, and then Dominic decided to cheat the system, and then I was like, it's so over. And now we're here. We're so back. And I'm assuming we're going to go into a mixed state very soon, and this graph actually works better than most people realize. Like, much better than people realize. Does it work again, game? Hello? Thank you. It's funny. It's just fucking funny at this point. Now what else is on? This is kind of sad now, isn't it? I also have 279 Pokemon in my Pokedex, and I have 53 cards. I thought that I had a shit ton of Pokemon because I was at almost 300. And then the dude, Dominic, comes around and he says, I already have 400 to 500 Pokemon in my Pokedex. I was like, dude, I can't even get to fucking 300. And this was before the jungle expansion, because the jungle expansion really fucking helped with that. Let me drink really quick. The jungle expansion really fucking helped with that. For him. And I also thought it would help for me. And I thought that I was far. He's supposed to be catching a living dex. He wants to catch them all and eventually get a shiny charm, hopefully. Maybe we do an add-on for that as well. Okay. You ain't hearing me complain. If you want to do that, fine with me. Let me get these out again. But I'm glad as long as everybody's hyped, you know? All I am is glad. How does this work again? Let me check really quick. I've never used scaffolding before. So just... Huh! Oh, who would have thought? Okay, good to know. Good to know. Broke my ankles there. Okay, so I do also have FreeCam installed. This is for so that I can see it from this perspective, because as you can see, this is highly annoying. So I have to go one down here. Yes, sir. Okay, I think I can work this out. So what exactly do you want me to do is go up here, then do it like so, and then this one should go one down. There we go. Oh shit. Oh, yeah. Then you come down one more, then you go back up one. Okay. I like scaffolding, but I'm still used to the water bucket system. And what you're telling me is that for the next few ones, you want me to go like this? This is the only thing I'm doing, by the way. This is literally the only thing I'm doing on a regular basis on this fucking game. You got another one? Yeah, okay. I like this, but at the same time, I really don't. Okay, what if I... There. Put that one there. This works, right? Yeah. It's gonna look so fucking cool when it's done. Honestly, I have usually I have an idea in mind and then it doesn't work out the way I planned it to, but this one, don't even get me fucking started, Chief. Jesus Christ. I do need Dominic to work his magic on the entrance here. He did the entrance in the test server, and I really like that entrance, so I want him to do it again. Okay, so you want me to go inward one more? I can handle that. And you want me to do it like so? Yep. There we go. Boom. Now what? We have this. You want me to go in. Which is the same. Okay. That's much I can handle. Then behind these two. How high do they go? It's supposed to be two, so it must be these two then. Yeah. Take out this one and then go. You're supposed to go in one. Gotcha. What was it again? I completely forgot already. Ah, I see. So it should be like this. Yes. What? Okay, how does this work? Why did it... Why couldn't I just jump in? Yeah. You can't jump in like so. Okay, I almost killed myself doing that, but that's good to know. That's good to know. I can't sprint and jump in. I must just walk and jump in. Otherwise, the game won't register as okay. Like I said, never worked with scaffolding before, and now I know why. Okay, so I was here, yeah. Okay, so this one is one higher than that one. Now another one goes one higher than that one. Okay. I can handle that. So like so then. Yep. Now we go in one. Can we do it like so? There we are. This should still be on the same pattern. I was like, why are you in one? But it's... This is on the same level as this, which is on the same level as this. Yeah, okay, everything works. Another thing that I need to work on for the tower specifically is the lighting. I don't know how I'm planning on doing the lighting just yet, because as you can see, it's kind of dark. And when I say kind of, I really mean that. And if you were to stand up here, let's say, if there's going to be a first floor, second floor someday, then there will be a ton of mobs that will spawn on the sides. I've been trying to work with slabs, but they don't really do it for me. Not in this case, at least. And we really do need a mob farm, because we need string. Otherwise, we can't do any scaffolding. So, yeah. If there's people watching this that are on the server, go make a fucking mob farm. We have an ocean, which is insanely big right now. There's only a raid farm in here, which we aren't using. So I don't know why our raid farm is made in the first place. But anyway. Oh, let's see if we still got it. I don't. I don't. I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, Igglybuff, but this is kind of very in character for you to do, to just do this. I'm just gonna sleep really quick. Okay, but this is what I'm planning on doing for the rest of the week, probably. So I don't know how long the rest of the video will be. Either way, if you're watching this on the Phil Streams channel or the Phil Recordings channel, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't yet. Comment down below what you thought of this session. Do you want me to do more alone, or do you need more together? That is something that I would like to know. And, you know, for now, bye-bye.